All right, this is 10 musicians still miraculously alive after insane drug use.
Insane drugs.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm trying to pump up your list. I'm sorry, man. They're
That was it?
whitest lists ever.
Are there gonna be any black people in there?
Number 10,
No.
Mick Fleetwood.
That's the blackest one, probably. Bless you.
Can you not
Dude, that was crazy.
put COVID
Right?
in this room? Namesake drummer Mick Fleetwood, now age 69, has settled for a quieter lifestyle in Maui, where he has resided for a number of years, but from the 70s to the 80s, the heyday of most commercial successful lineups. Excuse you, bro.
Whoa.
He's making me sneeze over here.
How is he making it?
Can you stop making him sneeze, dude?
Hey, body, stop.
He stinks.
Putting like pepper under his nose or
Yeah,
something?
how am I?
He emits sneezing powder? What the
I
fuck?
don't stink. I took a shower.
Mick Fleetwood described his early experiences with cocaine in Los Angeles in the 70s as the first wave of the tsunami of the white powder that rolled in.
White powder.
I don't like it when you say that. Don't say that anymore.
White power?
Hey, can
Powder?
Can
You just
check,
shut the fuck up.
Check
Phil.
your white television.
White
Come on.
powder.
The tsunami exactly, and Fleetwood put up his nose for at least
kick you
20 years. He took an eighth of an ounce every single day. The drug didn't cost Fleetwood years of insanity. It also led to numerous bankruptcies and also led to 3 failed marriages.
It's an 8 ball a day. That's pretty intense.
Number
It's
9,
pretty damn intense right there.
Keith Richards. The scale of drug use used by iconic Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards is cemented in music and pop culture history. The stories of his excesses are legendary. He was busted for heroin numerous times in the 60s and 70s. In the late 70s, Richards allegedly went 9 days without sleep in the recording studio. He later bragged 9 days without a wink. In 2002, Richards admitted in an interview that he snorted his father's ashes with cocaine.
Damn.
That's
Gangster as
hardcore.
shit.
You're next.
Like all of them? like all the ashes? Like over a course of a party?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't, it must
an
have
8
been-
ball a
Just
day.
like, okay.
Yeah, like an 8. Yeah.
Well, that's not as bad as I was thinking. I was thinking he's cutting the fucking cocaine with that.
Number 8. This is like I did not expect this. Pop and rock legend Elton John.
What about him?
He started taking cocaine in early
Yeah,
70s
of
to
course.
open up
Plus he was
and
gay.
talk to people on stage. He was confident, but off stage he was shy and reserved. So cocaine was a remedy. However, John stated that the drug eventually closed him down. Cocaine remained an essential component in his life through the 70s and 80s. Damn, he was fucking
Lit.
partying.
That's why he was such a good performer.
But everybody was doing shit like that back
Everybody
then.
was during that time.
I mean, haven't you heard his music? It's
Crocodile
high
Rock.
energy, bro.
I mean, come on.
Close friends and associates recall that towards the later part of John's addiction, he was killing himself. Record producer Gus Dudgeon, who produced many of Elton John's recordings, revealed that in an interview there was a chance he could push himself off. He'd go out and do some coke, and it would be all over his mouth, and his nose would be running. So I'd go, oh God, this is just awful. This was 1986. Damn, he used like 30 years of cocaine?
Yeah, man.
John's album Leather Jackets in '89. By John's own admission, he took cocaine every 4 months or 4 minutes and wouldn't leave his home for 2 weeks. He also had violent seizures and heavy nosebleeds. He recounts that his friends would find him collapse and put him to bed only for him to get up immediately and take more cocaine. He was not
Yeah,
able
dude,
to
he was
overcome
fucking
his
going.
addiction with treatment until the 90s.
Fuck. He's still that he should probably be dead.
Well, that's weird because I heard going back to Fleetwood Mac. I heard I read a story about how Stevie Nicks done so much cocaine it burned a hole through her nose.
Number
and she had to-
7,
she had
Stevie
to give it up.
Nicks.
Oh,
And it fried her throat, too. Her
yeah,
voice.
I love how we're talking about Elton John and it has nothing to do with Elton John. He's talking about someone that's on
I
the
said
list.
going back to that.
I
The
finally
queen
thought of
of-
something for the last one.
For 3 ago. The Queen of Rock and frontwoman of Fleetwood Mac is no stranger to addiction. Nick stated that in an interview with her writer Brian Hyatt, the early life in the band was dangerous. The amount of cocaine being consumed was so much. out of control. Nick's 9-year dependence on the drug would have eventually killed her had she not heeded the warning from a doctor in 1986 that her drug use had burned a hole in her nose and that any more cocaine would most likely be fatal. Her close friend Tom Petty told Rolling Stones, "I was very worried about her, to the point if the phone rang, I said, Stevie died. I wouldn't have been surprised." Nick's treatment for cocaine addiction was a prelude to far more debilitating addiction to Klonopin in the late 80s and early 90s, prescribed by another doctor to keep the singer off cocaine. Nick's recounts that the rehabilitation from Klonopin addiction was far worse than cocaine. Her hair
fucked
fell
up,
out
man.
and her skin would peel off.
Don't do that. Do this.
That is fucking drugs, bro.
Really quick, Anzo, the look that you gave Phil when he threw that spitball at your face or near your face was fucking like, if we were on the show, you probably would have murdered him.
He's 5. You just have to remember that he's 5.
He looked at him like he was 5. Like
You can't kill 5-year-olds. You can't kill Phil.
Number 6, Shane McGowan. The Pokes may be well known for their alcohol-induced antics of their frontman, Shane McGowan. The Dublin native, now 59, has consumed a lot of hard liquor over the years. He has been in such a near constant state of inebriation that only has his few teeth left. This isn't necessarily the result of drunken brawls, but rather being loaded that he would pass out and inadvertently knock his own teeth out of his mouth. McGowan has also abused heroin, though that pales when compared to his profound love for alcohol, which was so extreme that in 1979 a doctor gave McGowan only 6 weeks to live. It's fitting the band recently partnered up with an Irish whiskey distillery, as McGowan is most certainly an expert. Number 5, Steve Adler. Drummer Steve Adler, of the founding lineup of the quintessential Los Angeles commercial rock band Guns N' Roses, certainly had an appetite for destruction, as their debut album in 1987 suggests.
I see what you did there.
That's pretty fucking cool, huh? Adler's addictions to cocaine and heroin were so severe that the band was forced to fire him in 1990. It was around this time that Adler suffered his first stroke from injecting a speedball. Ansel, have you ever done speedball?
I've seen it done. I didn't participate. I wasn't that high at the time, so I couldn't.
He would
get there
eventually
quite then.
suffer another stroke
Except for
and a
Logan.
heart attack and spend much of his time in emergency rooms of various LA hospitals. He took an estimated 31 trips to the ER in his lifetime. The heavy slur that accompanies Adler's speech is a result of his strokes. He participated in Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Joe and a spin-off Sober House in 2008. I didn't know that he was that much of a fuck-up.
Oh, dude, totally. You kidding?
Number 4, Stefan Brigatti.
Still
ridiculous guitar hero Stefan Bugatti was known for his cocaine, heroin, Molly, and acid use all at the same time.
through his anal hole.
They would put it in a cup and set it on my amps when I would get on stage. So I would just chug it.
Just rocket.
Yeah, he took them anally.
Fucking full
My
blast.
suppository, my Molly suppository.
Just up the ass for quicker
You
highs.
start playing it, and 15 minutes later, you're just like, whoa.
You're
John
all coming with me.
Frusciante. John Frusciante.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
My good friend John.
He was 18 years old when he joined Red Hot Chili Peppers in '88, replacing guitarist Kyle Slovak, who had died from a heroin overdose. Frusciante would go on to experience his own full-blown addiction in the 90s, having lived recluse, often to complete squalor. Fuck, man, these are a lot of big words.
Yeah, who wrote this shit? Some genius.
Since quitting the band in '92, his solo efforts
Where's my
during the
weed, man?
time, particularly his second solo album, were recorded primarily
Where's my
for
weed
the
at?
funds to finance a very big heroin and cocaine habit. Bassist Flea recalled, I
Nuclear.
didn't think his brain and body could stand up to the amount of drugs he was doing. Vicente's addiction had become so detrimental that when he finally was able to undergo rehabilitation, he had to have most of his teeth, which had rotted out beyond repair, replaced. He required skin grafts to remove the abscess and scars from his skin. The results, incorrectly injecting heroin, cocaine numerous times.
Sucks.
When you miss the vein.
Just slam it right into your muzzle.
Number 3, Duff McKagan.
Tough. That
That's-
band went through a lot.
Dude, 2 people from Guns N' Roses, 2 people from Fleetwood Mac. Duff McKagan, actually, he's an Oxnard guy, right? He lives in Oxnard?
Yeah, Hollywood Beach.
Another Guns N' Roses
Fourth
alumni.
house on the right.
Duff McKagan recounted in 2011 that the extremely excessive lifestyle surrounding the band in the 80s and 90s turned into a nightmare, where that very nearly killed him. Aside from the large quantities of cocaine and heroin, McKagan's fondness for alcohol
Foodness.
was
Nice.
also a
Remember you were
contributing
making fun of me
factor
earlier?
to his near fatal episode. As McKagan states, every day I made sure I had a vodka bottle next to my bed when I woke up.
Jesus.
Early
That's how
signs.
John Bonham died, drinking all that fucking vodka and shit. Huh?
Early signs of a problem were hair loss, kidney
You don't even know
pain.
who I'm talking about.
It's,
John who? The boxer?
Never mind.
Oh, John?
John
That
Bonham.
was cocaine.
John Aragon.
Oh, Aragon? I know who that guy is. Lord
Eventually, his pancreas ruptured, having swollen to the size of a football from the excess intake of alcohol.
Fucking
That was a turning point for the bassist, and
What swelled
McKagan
up?
was committed himself to clean living ever since.
One more for the
His
old people.
pancreas.
Pancreas. If you know the size of a pancreas, it usually doesn't get the size of a football.
Does anybody want to guess number 2?
Well, it's either number
Ozzy
2 or
Osbourne.
that's what I was just going to say.
Ozzy.
Ozzy's either number 2 or number 1.
Yeah, I think Ozzy's number 1.
He's got to be number 1.
Number 2, Nikki Sixx.
Oh, nice.
So we're right.
Perhaps
Somebody from that band
1980s
has to have a problem.
era excess is
I mean,
mostly
it's Motley Crue.
personified by the band Motley Crue, of which Nikki Sixx was the bassist. Tales of the band's hedonism,
What?
Hedonism.
Hedonism, dude.
Words.
and
Hinduism.
drug-induced
I didn't know he was a
debauchery
Hindu.
Debauchery.
Debauchery.
are very prevalent in the media and often eclipse the band's musical output. All 4 members were known for their excessive lifestyles, though Nikki Sixx was certainly the most extreme in terms of full-blown drug abuse. An autobiography account penned by Nikki Sixx in 2007 entitled Heroin Diaries explicitly recounts the day-to-day activities from 1986 to 1987 of a man in the deepest throes of cocaine and heroin addiction. The book culminates with a near-fatal heroin overdose, during which Sixx was declared legally dead by doctors before being revived. Of course, this wasn't Sixx's first overdose. Another account from Sixx describes an early overdose that led to his lifeless body serendipitously placed
Serendipitously.
Like, what's
That's right.
tipulously?
in an alley. Hi,
You
guy.
What up, dude?
By a dealer to not attract the attention of authorities. When Sixx came around, he immediately went home and injected more heroin. Now 58 and sober, he is another miraculous story of maintaining his moral coil despite the overwhelming odds against him.
Get on the
Small
get on the
different
crazy
words, too.
train, everyone.
Did you do coke?
No.
I did it, but I wasn't really into it to the point where I was addicted.
Did you
that
do
I had to
He
have
never
it.
More
did
than
coke,
one
man.
line?
No. I
You
don't
got
think
that-
so.
He never
You
did
only
coke.
did one line?
Well, how many do you supposed to? Are you supposed to do?
But back in,
What amount
Hey,
of cocaine
don't-
is appropriate?
Don't bust me up.
hey,
Coke,
you
one
have
every
to
15
forget.
minutes.
You have to forget. His shit probably were more pure than your shit, so he probably didn't need that much.
Oh, believe me, dude. No matter how pure I've had it, I always wanted more.
No.
I always wanted more than one line. Does anybody
I want more
you
than one line.
have you done cocaine, Stefan?
Have I done cocaine?
Yeah,
you were number 4.
It's on the
What do
list,
you-
bro.
Yeah, you read that
It's on the
list.
list, bro.
You're right though. Like if you can't just get one hit. You'd want to have even when I didn't like it, you want one. You just want one more to chase that what you just
Yeah,
originally.
but it
read.
doesn't. It's just not. economically effective. It
It's way
wears
too
off too quick,
and it's way too expensive.
too expensive.
Yeah, but it's fun.
That's why I went to harder.
Well, that's
things.
why
A lot
everyone
of
pitches
fun,
in
much
for it.
cheaper and easier to make.
Which
a
what
lot
is
of
it?
fun.
Bath salts? What?
Shut the door.
Salts, bath salts,
What did you say? I didn't hear it. What was it? What drug is this?
sativa.
No, you can start when you're, especially being in the music industry, you start coming across like all the speeds
Oh, the-
and all that crap.
Oh,
all
the underground
peppers.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the peanut butter crank, the bathtub cranks, and then it goes right into meth because that's the cheapest. And you only have to do a little bit, and it lasts 4 to 5 times longer. So it's the cheapest, most
What,
effective.
meth?
Yeah, I don't fuck with meth. Someone put meth in my Coke, or they gave me Coke,
That had
Said it
meth
was
in
meth.
it.
but
it-
said it was no. They gave me meth and said it was Coke,
So
and I fucking hated it.
Wait,
And-
what?
and-
No,
yeah,
they
yeah.
gave you Coke and you thought it was meth.
No,
No,
I
they
didn't.
gave
think-
him coke.
He thought
and
he
it
was
had
doing
meth in it.
coke, but it turned out to be meth.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's what you said. Someone gave you.
No, I said it a bunch of times, and you just heard what you want to say.
We've established the appropriate thing.
Okay.
I did eventually establish it. So
Let's move on.
I bought cocaine. Say, hey, can I have some cocaine?
I'd
and
like
the guy
one
was
cocaine,
like,
please.
yes,
He gave you meth.
and he gave me meth.
Okay, got you now.
And then
You fucking partied.
that's not the same.
no.
No, when you're looking for cocaine high and you get a meth high,
It's totally different.
It's
dude.
scary.
No, but I'm
That's
saying
like
you were ready
kicking
to
the
party.
balls
you
right
sniffed,
there.
And it was the wrong shit.
I was like, oh.
and it burns.
So what ended up happening
Gasoline.
is
shoot out some
that
of your fucking
night
sinuses.
I
What
go
ended up
with
happening.
Ansel, or that morning, like 4:00 in the morning, to
radio
do
show?
radio show.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure if you knew, but I was fucking messed up.
I knew you were fucking high on something. I didn't know.
How did you even do the
was
show?
going on.
Bro,
We did the show.
we
bro.
did the show all the time, no matter 1 hour sleep, 2 hours sleep, fucking high, sober, and we were fucking
we were the
the
bomb,
shit.
bro. They loved our fucking show. They fucking loved us.
They loved it.
This college motherfuckers. They fucking were all hung over Sunday morning. Like, oh, this guy's fucking awesome.
They would make comments to the PD about us,
yeah.
like positive comments.
Yeah, they like bring us
And
up.
then they
It was awesome.
fired you because you wouldn't get along with the preacher or some shit.
No,
No,
they
they-
wanted me to continue to do. The dude was pissing and shitting in his pants, dude. And I had to fucking run the board. And I'm in a little room with this dude pissing and shitting in his
No
pants.
ventilation.
Wait,
Not
what?
gonna do it no more.
Oh, 'cause
I did it for 3 months.
You had to train people?
No, I had to run the board. So like you have to do so many hours of like to help the station.
Uh-huh. And who was Pete? There was literally someone
And
pissing and...
so the person after me was a preacher.
Uh-huh.
He did his own like Jesus show.
Okay.
Hey, can you do me a favor, Sean?
Yeah.
Can you go get the camera or the monitor from my wife?
Yeah.
Thank you. So you have to. The dude after me was like a preacher, right? And he was like playing like his preacher music, and I had to run the board for him. And he was uncontrolled. He couldn't control his bowels,
Wait, what?
He couldn't control like his.
so he wore Pampers.
Yeah.
This is not real.
No, this is
Swear to
this is how
God.
it went down.
Why did they give him that?
I had to wait one time so he could do it because.
Does he go to school there?
No, that was his gimmick.
Yeah, that was
Like
his
for
thing.
wait, he had a condition or that's what he would just do?
He was an
That's what he
old dude.
Yeah,
He was like 80 something.
Why did they give him a show then?
It's a regular radio.
Because you
station,
can't
dude.
smell that
And
shit
they-
on a TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, or a radio show.
And they want. you
All right,
know,
we'll continue.
a
That's still
Christian program.
that's insane. But go ahead. Okay.
And so I didn't want to
Deal with that
couldn't-
anymore.
I couldn't do it because it made me sick, like sick to my stomach. Like I'm hungover. I'm doing radio. I fucking kill it. I muscle through our 2 hour show, and then all of a sudden I had to spend another 2 to 3 hours.
Couldn't you switch with somebody?
I mean, I don't know. I never felt like the show was even. It always went by so fast.
Blink of an eye.
I mean,
You couldn't switch with the other person or say, hey, can I do anything but this?
I think eventually you ended up doing that, right?
Well, I finished my hours,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it was.
and I didn't want to do it no more. And so they were like, "All right, we'll give you a better time slot, but we need you to come in on Sunday." I was like, "No, I'm not doing it." And then the guy,
they still left that as the part of the plot. There.
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even acknowledge the fact that he was like,
No,
no.
sweeten it up a little, but listen, the shit and piss you're still gonna have to do, regardless.
They were dicks, man. That one guy was a dick. He was
So
a
then,
dick.
so that was like the final offer. So it was moving in a better slot, but you still have to do Sundays.
So it ended up being like a Friday night from like 7 to 11. So pretty much red light. No, 8 to 11.
Mhm.
And
The party
pretty much
slot.
red light. But I would have to come in on Sundays to run that.
And
And I told them, can I do anything else? And then I was like, I'll come and redo the carts. I'll come and I'll do
Mop the
anything.
floors.
Yeah. I
Floors.
told him and then he was
Organize
like,
the stacks.
hold on, let me go talk to somebody. And this is when I had all that shit on the table, right? Like, we had Netflix on the table, we had the Sony thing on the table. And the guy is like, all right, I go, we just won the radio station of the year, show of the year, fucking event. And then he comes back to me and says, yeah, you have to do it. And I was like, is there anything? You don't want to do it? Then you don't get nothing. Pretty much how it went down.
It was bad. Because he never liked our show.
It was him, and it was a student PD, not the main guy, the co-guy. He loved it. He would talk so much good shit about it.
But no, it was because
The kid.
he was the one who would have to do it when Tim didn't want to do it. Tim didn't want to do
And
it, then
so,
he'd have to show up.
and he
handle
thought what I was gonna do is call back and say, "All right, I'll do it."
You just said, "Fuck it, we're done."
I'm not gonna do it.
it.
There's only so much I can take.
I'm not
okay?
mad at you, bro.
There's only so much I can take, and guess what? Piss and shit, my limit.
Yeah, that was.
Prolapse assholes, my other limit.
If the room had some ventilation, maybe.
Or if it was another room. If he's in one room, I'm in another room. Okay.
Would have been simple. Why don't you just tell the old man, "Hey, you can't do your show no more"?
Because you don't.
He's been doing it since the fucking
Yeah, you
1977.
don't just tell the old man, the old
Hey, bro,
Christian
it's
man
time
to
for you
get
to
off the air.
fucking
Time for you to
tell.
go.
Hey, why don't
Shit
you
or
tell
get
him to
off the
record it
pot.
at home?
And then hey, my brothers and sisters,
Did he fucking fall asleep before?
yes, that's what I'm doing right now. He would be talking and falling asleep.
No way.
I
No, you
swear.
would be literally in mid fucking sentence, and you'd be like, "Oh shit,
I go,
this guy take a bottle of fucking
Sir.
NyQuil? What the fuck?"
sir, we're gonna pray to Jesus.
What time? What time was he on?
Our
Right
show
after
was
he
like
was-
5 to
yeah,
7,
right
and his
after. In
was
the morning?
7 to 10.
So you had to go 5 o'clock in the morning to 6
Yeah, till 7.
till
5
And
to
then he'd
7.
have to be there till.
and you had to be there till 11 or 10 because you had to do 9 to 10 with the old man.
No. I went from 5 to 7. He went from 7 to 10.
You went 3 hours?
Yeah,
That's
he had a
brutal.
longer slot.
No wonder he was fucking falling asleep.
And pissing himself. Like, I didn't notice it at first, right? The first
Can't
week,
be real.
the first week, I'm like, I thought it was like, because the first guest we had was Jehu, right? So I'm like,
Oh my god.
did Jehu fucking piss? Maybe it's cocoa butter. I don't know. So that's what, because I'm getting a mixture of like faint cocoa butter because they're both brothers. You know what I mean?
He's lingering. Yeah.
I am smelling something. I was like, but I didn't smell it when he was there. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. And the second week we had a metal band in there, and sometimes metal and punk people can be grimy, especially from the night over. But when it was just me and Ansel, and we terrorized my mom, like we were calling her at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we had a whole segment on it. Was
Yeah.
it like the story from Merced or whatever?
Because like they're just trashy people.
Stupid.
Timmy, what do you want? That's what she would tell me. Timmy, okay, I get it. Am I on the air? Oh, no, Mom.
Like, God damn it, Tim.
And then she ended up being on the air.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that made people laugh. Like
Exactly.
that's why they were like they liked us a lot because it was a funny segments.
Yeah, we had a couple of bits like that were.
Just reality based. Like I would call my wife and ask her like, how come you didn't fuck me yesterday? Like I would literally say that. Like, guys don't get married. And I would just hang up on her. Don't get married. Like, so it was funny reality based things, right? And with mixing with local music, and they loved it. It was really good. But man,
The guy pissing and shitting all over there.
Mm. And I just can't get over. Why, hello there.
And I
You know, I got to deal with that
is
shit every
this?
fucking day.
think I got us in trouble.
What?
once,
You
too.
gotta crap your pants every day?
No,
The
you
bad
got to go
words?
into these
Yeah, I
old
said
people's
shit.
houses.
I
said
It
shit
smells
once.
like piss. A lot of
I didn't
them
even
just-
know it.
The whole thing smells like
Damn it.
piss with that really old, nasty smell that,
Dude,
that they are. And,
That dude.
They didn't
and there's
dump
nothing
their,
I can
their
do.
piss. They just left it. In a
Have you
bucket
never
or
gone
something?
to?
If you got to work in the bathroom or something like that, they piss all over the floor. They don't even know it. And
Have
I
you
still
never-
have to go in there and do my fucking job. And then I'm driving home and I'm smelling piss out of my nose
Yeah.
because it just doesn't go away.
It doesn't.
I mean,
And there's like
it's-
drugs, like old people drugs and stuff in that piss, so it smells
And-
extra weird, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
and then-
vitamins
Probably
and
does.
D. It's
Yeah.
weird.
When I first started working there, I had to rip out this baseboard from the bathroom. This guy he pissed all over the baseboard, and it was bad.
Was he
and
drunk?
he was going, "Oh, I think it's the cat." And I said, "I don't think it's the fucking cat." You know.
He pulled an Isaac.
So I ripped out all the baseboard, I wrapped it in plastic, and I brought it over to the shop, and it permeated through the plastic, and the whole shop smelled like piss. It was nasty. And I had to replace it all, but
Dude, old people can be gross, man,
yeah, some of them don't bathe, and they don't
and
fucking know.
that's a shame.
Number 1, Ozzy Osbourne.
There he
There we
is.
go.
Speaking of old people,
Oh, we were doing a list, ladies. and
If
gentlemen.
one man
forgot about this.
has well
Oh yeah, we did.
and truly astounded the medical community, it is Ozzy Osbourne, now 68, the former frontman of early doom metal pioneers Black Sabbath, and a hugely successful solo artist in his own right.
Pioneers.
According to a 2015 article, the singer's genome reveals how he survived 40 years of rampant drug and alcohol abuse. For instance, researchers observed a mutation on the gene ADH4, a gene linked to alcohol and drug abuse, which may have allowed Osborne to break down alcohol more easily than the average human being.
fucking A. He's
What
a
the
mutated.
That's a superpower.
Yeah.
He's a superhero.
Be an Avenger.
Jen, I've got alcohol power again.
With that in mind, Ozzy's 4 decades of non-stop benders involving alcohol, acid, marijuana, don't say that, heroin, cocaine, Valium, Vicodin, an astonishing cocktail of amphetamines, tranquilizers, barbiturates, painkillers, and sleeping pills would have apparently killed the ordinary human being.
Uppers, downers, and all arounders.
Yeah.
According to his wife Sharon, at the end of the world, there would be only cockroaches, Ozzy, and Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And that's the top fucking 10 of musicians
After that story about
who are
the
still
fat-
alive
the
after
father.
insane drug use.
I forgot we were on the list when you told me the story about the father and the priest and the shitting and the pissing. I still don't believe that's real.
Even to this day, like people that I just meet in like because I put like it might still be in my bottom my signature for my email KCSB whatever, and they would say, "Oh, have you ever heard that show with the red light?"
That was-
I was like, "That's
was
me."
us, baby.
Nuh-uh. Remember when you called your mom? Like it gets brought up. It gets brought up. Like even people that we don't know, like that. I mean, know that watched it or listened to it because they also have it on the website, and people are just able to like scroll through and listen. And it's attracted, especially in Santa Barbara. People are attracted to like discovering something new, like we're holier than thou type bullshit.
Yeah.
And
I'm the one that first found this out.
yeah, and so that's what we were doing. And during that time, Ansel, we had nothing but bangers, huh?
Oh man, it
The
was great.
music scene at that time.
It was great.
Nothing but
we had.
bangers.
That was Robot Nature. That was
No, not Robot Nature.
Robot Nature didn't come out in
Employment,
that era?
nuh-uh. The Employment,
Robot Nature didn't come out. There was Hologram Empire was out.
Hologram Empire.
Yeah.
Who else? Good Deeds. Dirty Rice was hot. American Hoss.
Six was doing a lot of work too.
Yep. Hard Six.
Yeah.
They were doing real well.
Yeah.
There's just a shit ton. Rising Sun.
It was easy. It was easy.
It was just
man.
simple.
It's
Yeah.
like, you just
And-
had to open the door, pretty much. It was.
And just be a little bit, do one or two things goofy enough that'll shock that other people aren't doing, and you're just fucking in there.
Ain't like a dirty shirt. The man, the legend,
Fucking A, dude.
the Godfather.
Well,
the voice.
Those old microphones. Man.
this is it was good times. Good times. This is the Red Light Dish
Other
Show.
than the show.
I'm your host, Tim Amoroso. This is a cast from left to right. We got Ansel Bartley,
Yeah.
Stefan Brigatti,
What's up?
the man on the ones and twos, Christopher Brang. Mr. Ozzy, do you have that in your genome? AD24?
No,
I don't
That
know.
breaks down alcohol super fast?
No.
I don't know.
no. What do you mean?
How would you know that?
Because you were here taking this mega pint of fucking Jaeger and fucking wanting what's her name to suck you off.
Oh, yeah, you're not
Yeah,
fucking
you were
super
pretty
man.
wasted
Fucking
off the
gross.
egg.
I never asked anybody to do that. Don't be saying shit like that.
I
Don't
never-
fault my game,
okay,
bro.
Okay,
It's okay,
okay.
bro.
I retract that. Maybe you didn't tell her, but you certainly instigated and certainly applied it.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember?
Insinuated, he's trying to say.
You
Yeah,
got
that
really,
word.
You got really
Words
nice
are hard today.
lips. Remember that?
Words are hard within the red light today.
The force is not strong with us today.
Your lips are so soft.
I want to see your titties.
I never said that. No.
Yeah.
And I
Let me
wouldn't
see
say
those-
Isaac
your titties
Ice.
are too
Let me see
fucking
those
big.
drugs.
And producer extraordinaire, Sean Smart. I'm your host, Tim Amoroso. Does anybody have anything cool before we go to break?
Cool. We just did a bunch of stuff.
Okay, we'll come back and we'll go into
we're
it.
gonna do coke.
We'll be right back. We're gonna do some coke and we'll be right back. And some Quaaludes.
Coke and lewds.
Oh, fucking like, dude, and subscribe and comment. And if you don't, you're a cunt.
And a cocksucker.
Open the door. Fucking dude.
Seriously?
You kicked it.